Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Zymox, and I'm your chief show attendant. On behalf of the two hosts and the rest of the crew, welcome aboard Weird Wednesday Flight number 13, non-stop, from your current location to parts unknown. Our flight will be of about 2 hours, and we'll be flying at the speed of sound. At this time, make sure your seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position, and that your seat belt is currently fastened. Enjoy the ride.
What's up, what's up, everybody? How's it going? Welcome to Weird Wednesday. Is it Wednesday? I don't even know. Could be Thursday. That's my.
I had to come back.
Did you?
But it was too late.
Too late.
It was too late.
Damn it. Yeah. I took the week off last week because I was sick. I think that's why I took the week off, was it? I don't even remember last week. Damn it.
Yep. You were getting better. You were starting to feel a little bit better.
Yeah.
And then I had heat stroke still.
Yep.
Debbie says it's Thursday here.
It's Thursday. It is now, actually.
It is.
It is. Well, I'll be damned. I didn't even think about that. Yep. It's still Wednesday where you're at because you're in the past. I'm in the future. And Debbie, good God, girl. I read your post. How the hell do you do something like that?
Oh, I know. Oh, my gosh. That's what I was trying to understand, too. Right? Both?
Yeah. Yeah, Mary, I don't remember yesterday. What did I do yesterday? Oh, I went outside yesterday. Good Lord, it's hot here in Florida. Yeah. Yeah, today was a scorcher. I didn't venture outside the house much today. I went outside. I was like, oh, hell no. I ain't got nothing to do today. I'm just going to stay in the house. It was ridiculous. So how did everybody's 4th of July fare? Went out to the grocery store because, hey, the Publix was open, regular business hours. And since I didn't have any food here worth eating, we decided to go pick up a couple of steaks and, eat like bigwigs for the night. And I'm like, well, the fireworks are about to start downtown, I'm the hell with driving down there now. That would be insanity. But went over to this little park and they had all the stadium lights on in the park. And I'm like, well, this pretty much sucks. You're trying to look in the sky and you got stadium lights in your face. So we left. I'm like, screw it, we'll just go home. And I sort of live kind of, you know, in the ghetto, at least on the edge of the ghetto. And let me tell you, when the 4th of July comes around, the ghetto don't play. They like to blow stuff up. And coming home, it was like, I've never been in an active war zone, but it was like, if I was to imagine what it would be like, that was pretty much it. There was stuff hitting my car. It was raining down on the car, like sticks and paper and like just thick smoke and flashing lights, and holy crap. It was kind of cool, but kind of scary at the same time. Thinking, holy shit, I wonder if my house is on fire when we get home. Yeah, they don't play around here when it comes to lighting stuff on fire. Oh,
you already know my experience.
Yeah. I was like, you know, kind of bummed in a way because I kind of wanted to see the fireworks downtown because it's always an impressive fireworks show. And I saw a little bit of it. I like came home the back way through like the graveyard part of the neighborhood. And I actually could see the fireworks downtown and like over by the graveyards where everybody was hanging out watching those fireworks and the ones in back of it.
Oh, wow.
There was fireworks everywhere. It was insane.
And your pups were okay.
Yeah, they were freaking out. We got home, you know, because nobody was here. They were, you know, they were wigging out. But 10 minutes after we got home, they were both on the couch, all sacked out. You know, for years they would be like just freaking out and barking, and now they're just like, eh, screw it. We're old. We don't give a damn anymore. As long as somebody's here to keep an eye on us, we're not by ourselves. We're good. Why is the comment thing not working?
When you click on them?
Yeah.
It's working on mine.
Is it? Who knows? I was telling Jamie right before we came on. You know, it's typical things just don't work for no reason. They've been working all along, you know, and every time it's a show night, it's like all of a sudden, it's like the mixer just is like, nope, not going to work. I'm not going to tell you why I'm not going to work either. You got to figure it out. Oh, you can't figure it out? Okay, I'll start working again for no reason.
But there's no reason for, I mean, you can see them, right?
Yeah.
And so when you click on it, it does what? Does it highlight?
No.
Are you clicking in the middle?
Yeah. Just like I have been for the last 2 years. Like, who the hell knows? Anyways, it'll start working here sooner or later, or it won't. Either way, is what it is. I got a couple Florida man stories tonight, just because, you know, because. And what do I have up first? I don't even know. Let's see. Article number 1. That's the wrong folder, Robbie. I don't know what I'm doing.
Because you need your glasses and your shoes and your glasses.
Shoes stepping on piss clams. Let's see. What do I have? Okay, here we go. This one. It's kind of, this is kind of Florida man. Sort of Florida man. It's not paranormal. It's just dumbass Florida man. You got to throw some dumbass Florida man in every now and again.
Well, that covers some of the weird.
Yeah. You guys probably seen this one flashing around the interwebs. Florida man poses Disney World cast member, and he stole R2D2 droid. You know, look at his picture. Like, I'm gonna steal this.
I'm a bad boy.
Get away with it. I'm gonna sell it on eBay. A Central Florida man was arrested after deputies said he posed as a Walt Disney World cast member and took a Star Wars R2-D2 droid in the hopes that Disney security would hire him. What the fuck? David Proudfoot, 44, of Kissimmee, Florida, is facing a grand theft charge and a charge of obstruction by false information, according to an arrest affidavit. The Orange County Sheriff's Office says on May 31st, deputies were called to the Swan Reserve Hotel by Disney security. When they arrived, they made contact with Proudfoot, who they said was wearing a badge, work pants, and an orange work vest, and a Disney name tag. He reportedly identified himself as David Rogers at first and said he worked in the receiving division of the Yacht Club Resort. The affidavit states that Disney security stopped Proudfoot because he was seen by hotel security pushing a cart on the property and it looked suspicious. The officer offered to help Proudfoot with the cart and says that he appeared confused as to how to get to the loading dock. And when the hotel's proper procedures are, that's when the deputies were called to the hotel. Proudfoot reportedly told the deputies that part of his job is to move items from one location to another and that his boss's name is James McDaniels. Security said they have no record of anyone named David Rogers working for Disney and that McDaniels, he works for Disney, but the one in California. A deputy escorted Proudfoot to the Yacht Club Resort to retrieve his belongings and driver's license from the employee lockers, but says Proudfoot appeared to be lost and confused and failed to open the locker. The deputy then reportedly noticed that Proudfoot had a wallet on him and asked if his ID was in the wallet. Proudfoot showed him the ID, which revealed his real name. He reportedly admitting to moving R2-D2 droid from the third floor of the hotel to an unknown location and a game machine because he had an application for a security job pending at Walt Disney World. He wanted to show the weaknesses in the security and hope to secure a better paying job at Walt Disney World. Well, that really didn't work out for him. Deputy said the Proudfoot told him he had no intentions of really stealing the items or taking them off the property. Yeah, sometimes plans just don't work out the way you think they are.
It's not the same as finding like a back door or a hole when you're looking at someone's, software and you're like, I found a security risk hole here.
Yeah.
It's still, ethical hacking.
Yeah.
But ethical theft, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm going to steal R2-D2.
He just looks like, I don't know, bad boy in his picture there.
Wowzers. Anyways,
It
seems to be there's a lot of weird stuff happening at Disney lately.
There really has been.
Yeah. Yeah, like the thing the other day, the girl that was like, pulling her pants down and twerking and stuff.
In Disneyland?
Yeah.
Yeah, for her her TikTok.
Yeah. Because you got to get on your TikTok and flash your
Get those views.
Get those views, yeah. But that's okay with Disney. But yeah, the people that wanted to get married, they damn near got tackled,
And no longer can you wear unclad clothing there and get a free t-shirt. People were going in because, the girls have gone in with like really small tops on. Yeah. Disney had said you need to change. Oh, I don't have a shirt. So they gave them like a shirt. So people are like, free shirt hack. And so all these girls are like going in there and they're like, no, you can go buy a shirt.
Yeah. Buy a shirt or leave the premises.
Mm-hmm.
Your t-shirt hack does not work here no more.
So I'm going to start out with the CERN experiment that was scheduled for the 4th, and for some reason they turned it on the 5th instead. And I think it was it 19? Now I'm getting 2018. the last time it was on when they had shut it off for like maintenance or something.
Something like that.
So I think it was like turned off like twice. So Atlas experiment records the first physics at new high energy frontier. We have proton collisions in the Atlas experiment at 1647 Central Eastern Time. The Large Hadron Collider (LHC) officially kicked off its third period of Operation Run 3. The LHC is colliding proton beams at a world record-breaking energy of 13.6 tera electron volts. The higher beam energy and intensity of Run 3 will allow the Atlas experiment to push the very limits of its physics research. Today's declaration of stable beams marks the end of the LHC's recommissioning period, which began. There you are. Which began in April 2022. Within a month from today, the LHC will have reached its full Run 3 operating intensity. Atlas has now switched on all systems to begin recording data to be used for physics analysis. The LHC will run around the clock for nearly 4 years, with only some technical stops during the winter months, delivering an unprecedented wealth of proton and heavy ion collisions. The Atlas experiment stands ready to record this new harvest of data. The new run promises to more than triple the currently accumulated data set at a new energy frontier. We have prepared a broad scientific program taking advantage of new upgrades to our experiment. The return of the LHC beams comes after more than 3 years of upgrade and maintenance work with new detector systems and electronic infrastructure installed 100 meters underground in the Atlas cavern. We are excited to see that Atlas control room busy again as we prepare for Run 3 data taking. We have spent the past several months recommissioning the experiment and reestablishing the expertise and procedures that led to the outstanding data taking efficiency of Run 2. This will be our model for Run 3. So now, with the higher beam energy and intensity of LHC Run 3 will allow the Atlas experiment to push the very limits of its physics research. Like in the past, I think, and I don't remember if that was rumored or not, but they had unintentionally created like a black hole or something.
Yeah.
Run 3 will see our sensitivity to new physics processes increase as we explore new types of collision events that were previously out of reach. During the shutdown, we paid particular attention to improving our online event filtering system, or trigger. By refining our selection upstream with the new detector systems, we should be able to identify some of the most difficult to spot signatures which could be left by new particles. Among the event signatures that would benefit from the new triggers is dark matter production. The search for dark matter is a very important part of our physics research program. We know from numerous observations of gravitational effects that dark matter exists in the universe. It is made of particles, and most physicists expect these may interact with protons on the Higgs boson and be produced in LHC collisions. Dark matter is invisible and can only be spotted when produced with other visible particles. The dark matter then appears as localized missing energy in a collision event, which physicists can then measure. Science says that our world's made of 3 things: protons, neutrons, and electrons. But you know what they forgot? The morons.
Oh, yeah.
Of course, the centerpiece of the ATLAS physics program remains the Higgs boson, discovered by ATLAS and CMS experiments just 10 years ago in 2012. The Higgs boson plays a unique role in the universe when it was discovered in Run 1, essentially through its interactions with force carrier bosons. The larger, higher energy Run 2 data sample allowed ATLAS to measure Higgs boson interactions to matter particles. Okay, so yada, yada, yada.
Yeah,
They're working on lots of different experiments, and the launch was streamed live on their channels. So yes, they've got it turned on and running, and thus far we have not created a big bang that we know of.
yeah.
Yeah, we're not starting to get sucked out of our seats, and
it's running faster than it's ever ran, and they still plan to update it again. But yeah, we were going to actually, Sam texted me yesterday morning and wanted to do right when they turned it on, we were going to turn the ghost box on and see if it, made any difference with communication, since they're trying to smash the God particle and,
yeah,
light and dark and this and that. And yeah, but I had an appointment to be at, so I didn't make it in time.
I had thought about that too, but I had my appointments and everything. And then I was getting confused because they kept saying it was set for the 4th. And I watched all day and didn't see no updates. And then all of a sudden the 5th, they're like, okay, well, we're doing it on the 5th. I'm like, all right. By then, I think it had already gone.
Yeah, it started about 10.
Yeah, I think it was like running 3 hours by the time I found it.
I guess I got more Florida man stories than I thought I had. This one's another kind of just makes no sense. Stupid Florida man. Lori says, "Hey Rob, how are you feeling?" I feel better, but in the grand scheme of things, I still feel like crap. But I'm better. I'm a better crap than I was last week. I'm doing better. I'm just in a bad mood. I'm not a good person to be sick. I don't take it very well. I hold a grudge against the sick germs. But at least I don't have a Ricky Bobby tattoo on my face and find myself arrested at St. Augustine's own Buc-ee's while driving a stolen car. Like, this guy doesn't stand out bad enough. There's been a lot of strangeness in the little town of St. Augustine in the last week or two. St. Augustine, Florida, Tennessee man was arrested Thursday afternoon after deputies said he pulled into Buc-ee's near the World Golf Village, driving a car that was reported stolen out of Virginia. Brett Lee Dixon, 29, was spotted on surveillance video pulling up to the gas pump at a Buc-ee's on World Commerce Parkway. It's right down the road from my house a ways. According to the St. Johns County Sheriff's Office, deputies contacted the man who owns the car, told him that nope, he did not give Dixon permission to use or take his Jeep. And when being booked into the St. Johns County Jail, Dixon originally gave police a fake name. Smart move, dude. Shane T. Kanzler. And a scan by a fingerprint machine revealed his true identity. Dixon's Tennessee license had been revoked. Deputies also discovered he's facing charges of grand theft of a motor vehicle, knowingly driving while his license is suspended, concealed, and revoked, and providing a false name to the law enforcement. He should have just said, "Hey, my name's Ricky Bobby. It's right here on my forehead. Can't you see it?" Oh my God. Criminals are dumb. Ricky Bobby. Anybody know what movie that is?
The race, Talladega Nights.
Ricky Bobby. I like it so much I had to get it tattooed across my face.
What are they? Shake and bake.
Yeah.
Okay, let's see what we got here. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm feeling better. I went and played a couple gigs this past weekend. It like to killed me, but I got them done anyways. It's not, I just have this cold thing kind of left, but it's not that that's bugging me. It's my heart rate that's like 150 beats per minute that is pissing me off. My blood's churning and it makes me in a bad mood. I think that's actually what's happening.
Can't remember what state this is. It's a bird. It's a plane. Nope. It's a breastfeeding mom fighting off a bald eagle to save her pet goose.
You can't make stuff like this up.
You cannot make stuff like this up. Breastfeeding mom fights off a bald eagle to save her pet goose. As Kate Oakley was breastfeeding her daughter Willow, she heard her pet goose Frankie squawking at the front of her house. Oakley could tell there was something wrong, so she peered outside and saw that an eagle was circling her beloved pet. She rushed outside half naked, with Willow at her breast, and the drama heightened as the bird of prey grabbed Frankie, who furiously flapped her wings to try to break free. I went to the front door with Willow latched on me, thinking, I'll take a peek out the window. And that's when, in that split second, the eagle came down and it was at my front door. So I threw the door wide open. There was nowhere to put Willow down at that point. Oakley's 29 of British Columbia said. It was a split second reaction. I chased off the bird. I chased off birds of prey many a times, usually not with the baby.
Attached to my Usually attached to my boob.
Wearing only her underwear and clutching a feeding 4-month-old baby, the mom chased after the eagle to save her goose, and it worked. The eagle dropped Frankie. The eagle was probably, what? The eagle dropped Frankie. Her doorbell camera caught the encounter, which her husband shared on social media. Frankie the goose has a TikTok account. It soon went viral, even though loads of people have seen the mom of three. Even though loads of people have seen the mom of three, Willow, now 5 months old, roam 2 and Ryder 8 topless and in her underwear, she's not embarrassed. She was simply feeding her child and taking care of her pet. I could have been naked, and I'm like, whatever, I'm feeding my baby, she said. It's part of life. While many have applauded the mom's superhero feat, Oakley said it's just what moms do. I really didn't even think about it, she said. Feels like an accomplishment, I suppose, but for me, it was just a day in the life. Her and her family live on an acre of land and keep chickens, ducks, and geese. The chickens attract an abundance of predators, so she has to fight off different animals trying to take them. She needs to get one of them perfect fences like I have. The chickens attract an abundance. Oh, wait. So they've had Frankie for about a year. Geese protect the chickens. And yeah, she's part of our family. Like, she just came to check out what I was doing in the garden. She's always around us and the kids. Her heroism was even featured on Late Night with Seth Meyers. And she continues to talk about how hard it is breastfeeding your kid and everything else. So, yeah. Wonder Mom saved the day.
Yep. I was going to say, I can see this happening. No big deal, Mom's sitting there, breastfeeding the kid, you look out the window and you see, an eagle trying to swoop in on your pet goose. So you just say, hell with it, and you run out, you're half naked, baby attached to your boob, you fight off the goose. And I'm thinking, how did this end up on the internet? Well, because they wanted it to. Could have just happened and nobody had known about it. But got to get them social media points, I reckon.
Yeah.
So this one is, let's see. Come on. You can do it. No, you can't do it. There you are. Wow. Woman in India is killed over witchcraft fears. They've been harping on the witches here lately. But what did I see? An article about the baby witches are trying to put a hex on. What is it now?
The Supreme Court.
Yeah. Baby witches. Damn baby witches again. Oh, boy. Police are investigating the case of a woman who was murdered by villagers who believed that she was a witch. The execution of someone suspected of practicing witchcraft might seem like a form of barbarianism relegated to the annals of history. He said anal. However, in some parts of the world, those accused of being practicing witches are still at risk of potentially lethal reprisal. The fact was brought into sharp focus recently when a 70-year-old woman from Jharkhand's Garwa district in India was beaten to death by villagers who believed that she was a witch. According to the woman's family, she was dragged from her home by a group of at least 5 people. Police are now in the process of carrying out a post-mortem on the victim's body. Murder on suspicion of witchcraft is a notorious problem in the region, which, according to statistics from the National Crime Records Bureau, has seen over 500 suspected witches, most of which being women, murdered between 2001 and 2020. Damn, that's a lot. That's like Salem all over again. In India. I guess, I don't know. They're going to do something to the, it sounds to me like these 5 people just said, we don't like that bitch. Let's drag her out and kill her. And they're just using an excuse because she's a witch. People's fear of the unknown. It's just stupid.
I'm gonna have to run outside in like a sec. I don't know when, because Jeff's coming by to pick something up like last second.
Yep.
And in 8 minutes. Okay. So is it my turn to read?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then I'll read and then you read. 1 second.
I'm thinking I'm on the right one.
Okay. So I got I was organized.
My organization only lasts so long.
Oh yeah, the ancient dog bear, I believe. Is that the? Yeah, here we go. The ancient dog bear. Ancient dog bear found in France, named after a child murdering cyclops. A jawbone fossil confirmed how widespread these carnivores were millions of years ago. With jaws equipped to tear the flesh from the bones of their prey, extinct carnivores known as bear dogs were powerful predators that prowled Asia, southern Africa, Europe, and North America more than 7.5 million years ago. Now, researchers have unearthed the jawbone of one of these extinct carnivores in the Pyrenees mountain range of Europe, shedding light on just how deadly bear dogs were and confirming how widely they were distributed around the world. Bear dogs, an extinct group of land-based carnivores in the family of I don't even know how to say that, are not in the bear family or in the dog family, though they possess physical features similar to animals in both groups. The fossilized lower jawbone represents a new species and perhaps a new genus of bear dog. The researchers named Tartarocyan, which is a nod to, I don't even know these words, a menacing one-eyed giant who, according to mythology, resided somewhere during the late 8th century BC in the southwestern region of France where the fossil was discovered. Measuring approximately 8 inches, the mandible was embedded in a fossil-rich area of marine sediment studded with ancient shells. The jawbone's most striking feature is its teeth. A paleontologist with the Royal Belgian Institute of Natural Science and lead author of the study told Life Science in an email, a fourth lower premolar that had never been seen in the group before indicated to the researchers that the fossil belonged to a new species. It hinted that it was likely a bone-crushing mesocarnivore, the scientists reported in the new study. Bear dogs were heavy-bodied and flat-footed walkers like bears, but they had relatively long legs and snouts, like many dogs do. They lived during about 23 million to 5.3 million years ago, and the animals varied widely in size, anywhere from 20 to 705 pounds. Researchers estimate that one we're talking about was one of the biggest species, weighing approximately 441 pounds. Paleontologists aren't sure how closely related bear dogs are to other animal families. Depending on the paleontologist, some argued that the I can't speak tonight.
Rented lips.
So they're talking about who they think it might be closest to. They added it was very interesting to find a new premolar shape in a bear dog. Not only does it hint at the carnivore's bone-crushing abilities, it raises questions about how the evolution of this species may have diverged from the rest of the group, perhaps taking place in an area where populations were geographically isolated. Due to the original whatever in its teeth may belong to a branch of the European, whatever that word was, that evolved locally. They turned it into a 3D puzzle. It's almost complete, with the small premolars also preserved. The only missing pieces correspond to the 2 hammer blows that were used to collect the sediment.
Seems like they've been finding a lot of prehistoric animals lately that they didn't know, didn't have like solid proof of them existing.
Lots of water spots and creek beds and things are like drying up. There's like cities being found, all sorts of things right now.
Yeah.
The fossils were discovered on the northern edge of the Pyrenees in a relatively isolated area that was flanked by a sea that covered much of southwest France and a mountain range to the south. It's the first fossil of that type to be found in that region, suggesting that bear dogs roamed even more wildly across Europe than once thought. Each discovery is important, even a small isolated tooth.
It'd be cool to find something like that,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go fossil hunting here soon. In the near future.
We're at?
Probably just like west of here ways. About an hour or so west of here. Hour and a half. It's weird. You go inland to find shark's teeth. But it's loaded with them.
Did I ever show you my fossil? I got this on my beach. It's a fossilized shell.
Oh, wow. Oh, yeah.
So it's a pretty good sized one. Like when you look at it, it just looks like a rock. That was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah. I've got a bunch of clam shells that are like that. And I find them like when they bring in like fill like around the railroad tracks and all that. You can find
There's always good stuff around that kind of thing. What's my other one? I had like one of the snail type. One of those.
Oh, yeah.
I had one that's like a snail shell, but I didn't find this. This one I bought. Oh, here it is. And off the top of my head, I can't remember the name.
Oh, damn it. I'm knocking you out, trying to do all kinds of stuff here. There you go. Now I can see it. Oh, yeah. Those are cool. Kind of looks like a nautilus shell almost.
All right, I'm going to go. I'll be back in 3 minutes. I just have to unlock the door.
All right. So there's this story, which I found amusing. Yeah, they use, you can find all kinds of stuff in that fill they use, shell, oyster shell, whatever fill they use in roads. You can go inland here and just go walking down roads and find shark's teeth like out in the middle of the woods. Bizarre, but used to be covered with water. Way back in the day when none of us were around. So aliens could be sending quantum messages. Study claims it's a study. Somebody paid for it. Researchers have suggested that we may be listening out for the wrong type of extraterrestrial communications. For decades, efforts to scour the heaven for signs of intelligent alien communications have focused on picking up traditional radio signals. However, it's actually far more likely that an extraterrestrial civilization sufficiently advanced to be capable of traveling between the stars will have developed methods of communication that are far more practical over such enormous distances. You don't say. Really? I'm not even a scientist and I could figure that out. Oh, common sense would tell you that, they're probably not using the same technology that we use. Even communicating with our own space probes in orbit around planets within our own solar system can be a long-winded process, with messages taking minutes or even hours to travel back and forth. Sending messages between two solar systems would be exponentially worse, with even a single message. My dog is barking her ass off, and I don't know why. With a single message taking years or decades to reach the closest star system. One theoretical way around this would be to find a way to send messages via quantum entanglement, a phenomenon in which the state of one particle in an entangled pair can be changed instantly over a distance. Okay, well, whatever. With such communication yet has been achieved on Earth, physics questions whether it's actually possible to send any data all via quantum entanglement. It's not unreasonable to imagine that alien civilization might have been able to master it, or perhaps some variation of it. I don't know. I read these articles and I think they're just like guessing at stuff. I don't really know. But yeah, I would think it would be far-fetched for them to be using the same technology that we're using to send messages back and forth. If they can get here, they're way more advanced than we are. We were having a discussion here last night of, if aliens are real, why haven't they made communication with us? And I think they probably have. It's just, you know, those that oversee us, government, whoever you want to call them, they're like, they can't handle the truth. I don't know. What do you guys think? Think aliens are real? I was a little kid, you know, and I've said it before, you know, when people said we were the only intelligent life in, you know, the universe, I was like, yeah, it's pretty egotistical sounding to me. I don't know. Yeah, I think they're real. I think they're way more advanced than us. And if they haven't talked to us, it's probably because they're like, no, that's the planet of the dumbasses. We don't want to talk to them. But no, I think there's much more to it than that. I think they've been here. I think they've communicated with us. If you look at that first crew that went to the moon, when they came back, if you ever watched that video of their, you know, press conference, they all look like they were freaking out, like they had seen something that was mind-boggling and they weren't allowed to speak of it.
Yeah. All right. Was that that was the end of that article?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm getting resituated. Coming up next, this is submitted from Royal. And I think Jason might have also ran it 2 weeks ago, right? I thought he was gonna maybe.
Oh yeah.
But Royal sent this in. I think it's been a couple weeks. I don't remember the exact date. If he's in chat right now and wants to put the date in, that would be great. And it's in Fishkill, New York. His brother captured the video at his niece's school graduation. Has multiple objects in the sky, at least 5 or 6 that he could see. He didn't record longer just because there was a whole crowd of people. That's the still photo of it that he screenshot, zoomed in. There's at least 5 or 6 of them. And then he sent a little video clip for us to be the judge.
I got it here. Hopefully it'll be big enough to see anything on. Let's see if I can make it bigger, better.
Jordan Goodman.
What are these things?
Brandon Gutwald.
UFOs, Alyssa.
Is it showing up at all?
Jordan Goodman.
What are these things?
Brandon Gutwald.
UFOs, Alyssa.
I don't see anything.
Yeah, I can see it a lot better in the picture. I saw it in the video version that Jason had. You could see him definitely. And what I thought was weird was, you know, it's daytime and, you know, they must be pretty bright because, you know, it's daylight. And I mean, they're showing up fine right here, you know?
Yeah.
And I've seen some weird stuff in the daytime as well that is kind of hard to explain. But yeah, I don't think they're birds. I don't think they're drones, you know. I don't know what they are, but you know, I watched the newest edition, newest whatever, the newest Skinwalker Ranch last night. And they had some pretty wild evidence, and some of the UFOs that they capture, I mean, if they're legit, it's probably some of the best footage I've seen. But the ones they had last night looked just like these. They were bright, like orb-like looking lights in the sky. And of course, theirs was at night, a lot darker. But I mean, you could see them plain as day. It's an interesting show. It's got me hooked, but I know
I want to watch it. I have not started to watch it yet.
it's pretty good, but it's freaking TV, so it's gonna be like that Oak Island show, where it just strings you along and they show you just enough to keep you interested, but they never really like put a nail in the coffin. But what do you want? That's how TV works, I suppose.
We're just gonna have to go out there ourselves.
Yeah, I'd be kind of interested to go there.
I would too. I'm not scared.
Skirt.
I'm not scared.
Till the lever, my ass is bleeding. 2 different size shoes and my butt hurts. So this lady pleads guilty to illegally selling hundreds of body parts. Why would you do such a thing? How would you do such a thing? Well, if you own a funeral home, I guess it would be easy, huh? Just think, you take your loved one to some place like this to, have them buried.
Like cremate, and then she like hacks an arm off first, or what?
A Colorado funeral home director accused of stealing and selling body parts of hundreds of people has pleaded guilty to mail fraud. The United States Attorney's Office for the District of Colorado said in a release Tuesday that Megan Hess, 45, of Montrose, Colorado, had pleaded guilty to running a complex fraud devised and executed to steal the bodies or body parts of hundreds of victims from 2010 to 2018. Hess then sold these remains to victims purchasing the remains for scientific, medical, or educational purposes. Yeah. What other purposes? Is somebody coming to the back door of the funeral home to buy a couple of heads and a foot?
Her eyes look crazy, man, in the wig or the hair.
She's a body seller. She's a parts detailer. Parts
look at the crazy in the eye a little bit.
Yeah, she's like, I just hacked up 12 bodies today. What do you think? I'm going to look normal? According to the New York Times, Hess now faces up to 20 years in jail for her body parts scheme, which was run out of the Sunset Mesa Funeral Directors in Montrose, Colorado. A further 8 criminal charges against her were dropped as a part of a plea deal. When asked to describe the crime in a United States District Court in Grand Junction Tuesday, Hess said, I exceeded the scope of the consent, and I'm trying to make an effort to make it right. It's a little too late for that, honey. Hess and her mother, Shirley Koch, 66, were first arrested for illegally selling body parts or entire bodies without the consent of the family of the deceased by the U.S. Department of Justice in March 2020. While the women sometimes receive consent from the families to donate small tissue samples or tumors of their dead relatives, the Times reported that the pair supplied body parts for research even when families were never asked for their approval or rejected the request in advance. The elaborate scheme also included forged paperwork, misleading buyers about the results of medical tests performed on the bodies, and citing of court documents. According to a report from the DOJ at the time of the arrest, Hess and Koch's mail scheme included shipping bodies and body parts that tested positive for belonging to the people who had died from infectious diseases, including hepatitis B and C, HIV, and certifying to buyers that the remains were disease-free. Statement that these shipments would be through the mail or commercial air flights in violation of Department of Transportation regulations recording the transportation of hazardous materials. Wow. What does it say here? The families were seeking Hess Hess, and at times Koch would meet with the families seeking cremation service and would offer to cremate the descendants' bodies and provide the remains back to the family.
Mm-hmm.
It just gave him a bag of dirt. And
It's like, this isn't as light. I mean, I know you lost some weight and everything, but
yeah. Stating that the funeral home would charge $1,000 for more for cremations, many never occurred. What are they giving the families back? Just like a bag full of ash? They burn up some old furniture or something? Here you go.
burn up some chicken bones and newspaper in the grill, the
Yeah.
Coleman, and then or clean out their fireplace. And
How come these remains smell like a
I
barbecue?
wondered about that with my cat sometimes coming back. I always thought, like,
I know.
is this really my cat and this,
Exactly.
all my cat?
Is this all my cat, or is it like a full-on mutt now, like mixed with, who knows how many other cats? Yeah, I always wonder about that. And recently I was just dabbling in ashes, human remains. My stepdad, I showed that little bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I opened the thing, and had to scoop out a little bit, and I'm looking at them going, man, they weigh a lot more than you think. It's weird.
And it's like gritty. It's like
It's kind of like
a weird consistency.
Yeah.
And there's like a little bone. That TV show, they used to have the people that had like the weird addictions. Like this one girl that would just drink nail polish all the time, and she would like go into Walgreens, unscrew them, and like take shots of all these nail polishes. Another girl was addicted to her husband's urn, so she would sit. Remember the fun sticks, like your finger, then you put in that little baggie of sugar on that stick. Well, she was doing that with her finger into the ashes and sucking on her finger. And they're like, you're going to eat your husband. Like, there's going to be no body left. You need to stop. Well, all of a sudden, she starts to cry because she did. She almost ate that whole thing. And there was just some at the bottom. Like, you need to keep that because that's the last of what you have. And so she was struggling. And she's like, I feel so much closer to him when I'm eating it and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't even know how you could, because that's some gritty, grainy.
Yeah.
And there's like accelerant or whatever it is, like chemicals probably in it.
Yeah, it's not like, you just poof, catch on fire and burn. I mean, they're using something under that oven to fire it up. It's like eating a hamburger without waiting for the.
Oh no, maybe I'm thinking of the formaldehyde, because it's just like a tray that with the fire that shoots up on the tray.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm thinking of the formaldehyde in the ashes.
That there's nasty, man. And then she feels closer when she's eating them. But what about when she's pooping them out? Because it's not like you're going to eat it and it's going to stay with you.
That's true.
I've got some gritty poops. See you, honey, as you flush the toilet. Yeah.
Didn't think about that part of it.
But then again, you can also get dildos with ashes in them too. So
Glass at that.
Yeah, see through. For those that want to, feel close, feel a closeness. Hope they don't break while in use.
I always think that about them crystal ones.
Yep. Crunch. What? Oh, ooh.
Snap.
Go to the emergency room. I slipped and fell. And that's always the story with y'all, huh? You slipped and fell. Right up the old poop chute.
Is it my turn?
Yes, ma'am. It surely is. Yeah, I got one more short Florida man, and then I'm done.
Oh, I have to go back up my list. Damn, I still have 3. Can I give you one?
Well, I reckon.
I'm going to
Or-
give you this one. The mammoth. And then I'll do the fish rain because it's out here. Or I guess I should have gave you the other one because it was a Florida thing.
A Florida thing.
Do you want to do the woolly mammoth or the African land snails out there?
Oh, I'll do the mammoth since I have a big mammoth tooth over here.
Okay. So it's raining cats and dogs. Not in San Francisco. It's raining anchovies.
What?
Fish are falling from the sky in parts of San Francisco, and a boom in coastal anchovy population and a bloom in coastal anchovy populations is to blame. Reddit user Franny posted earlier this month that about a dozen 8-inch silverfish rained down from the sky onto their friend's roof and back deck in the outer Richmond. Several other users commented with similar experiences. One person said they heard a whoosh sound before me and heard a massive splat before seeing fish scattered on a nearby driveway. Another commented that they almost got hit by a fish waiting for a bus. I don't think the fish was waiting for the bus.
Oh.
They were waiting for the bus. I almost got hit by a fish. In the Castro. And a third person, they assumed a band of roving kids were doing a TikTok sardine throwing challenge on a roof somewhere after seeing several fish fall onto an outer Richmond sidewalk. Local fishers and researchers are blaming seabirds because of an explosion in the anchovy population off the coast of the Bay Area. Now have more fish than they know what to do with. From Half Moon Bay, where I grew up, to Point Reyes, people are telling me they've never seen bait this thick, said Larry Collins, president of the San Francisco Community Fishing Association, which my uncle is on the board of. I heard stories just last week from guys who said that the water out there was just covered with thousands of birds, and the birds were just sitting on the water with anchovies in their mouths because they can't eat anymore. Jim Irvine, retired lab analyst at San Jose's Environmental Services Department, wrote on a June 11 blog post for UC Davis Geochemistry and Fish Ecology Laboratory that the anchovy population just exploded in lower South SF Bay. The monthly totals in April and May were 29 and 52, respectively, the post says. The total number leaped over 2,600 for the June. This is the second highest monthly total we've ever seen. Adam, Associate Director of Conservation Education at the Marine Mammal Center in Sausalito, attributes the phenomenon to normal patterns of upwelling, a process in which cold, nutrient dense water rises from the ocean depths, replacing warmer water at the surface. The water temperatures right now do appear to be colder than normal, and this has provided some much-needed food for animals such as anchovies, seabirds, and marine mammals, Ratner said. It is unclear how long this burst of cold water will last, and we will know with climate change that the trend is pointing toward warmer water temperatures becoming the norm. But for the time being, This appears to be providing some additional support for fishing communities, migrating whales, and our local sea lions. According to Collins, the water this year is the coldest local fishermen have seen in a long time, and the anchovies are a testament to that.
So, like everything else, the chilies, they're running short, so there's going to be a shortage of sriracha sauce and like all these things. If they come up with, there's an anchovy shortage, we're going to be able to call bullshit on them.
Yeah, right.
There's a shortage of this, there's a shortage of that. Damn, that's funny. There hadn't been a shortage of any of that stuff in the last 75 years, but now all of a sudden this year, there's a shortage on everything.
Mm-hmm. And what's not a shortage, they're contaminating with listeria.
Yep.
And we're getting smallpox, monkeypox, salmonella some places, E. coli some places. The largest chocolate factory was hit. They're hitting the food groups, those food that they send home. Those kits were contaminated with listeria. Onions have listeria.
Yep.
And we're on last year's crops.
Yep.
After we eat everything this year, blueberries were the first thing today that smelled at the grocery store because I've been wondering where they were, and there was a deal for them. And so I finally asked the scary looking produce guy, and he said that he had been ordering them and they're not coming in. And I said, well, do you have any idea when they might be back in? And he says, no idea. So I'm like, and it begins. No blueberries, So I went to the frozen aisle to get blueberries. I got the ACAI berries, which are really good for you too. Look like a blueberry.
Yep.
$10 bag.
Yep.
Wrong one. I'm going to keep it though. But yeah. So we're going to start seeing a lot of our vegetables and fruit dwindling away. Then send out the land snails to eat everybody else's crops, right?
Yep.
Okay, I'm taking the tinfoil hat off now.
I don't know. You might want to keep it on. It's funny how all those conspiracy theories all seem to come true.
What's the difference between a conspiracy theory and the truth?
What's that?
Usually about 2 months, 3 months.
Exactly. Well, there's this dadgum woolly mammoth, baby. Gold miner in Canada. Mummified 35,000-year-old baby woolly mammoth. Looks like a baby. It looks like a shrunk up baby elephant. Poor little fella.
Oh.
It was a young miner digging through northern Canadian permafrost in the seemingly aptly named Eureka Creek who sounded the alarm when his front end loader stuck something unexpected in the Klondike goldfields. What he had stumbled upon would be later described by the territory's paleontologist as one of the most incredible mummified Ice Age animals ever discovered in the world. The stunningly preserved carcass of a baby woolly mammoth, thought to be more than 35,000 years old. See, man, that'd be cool to find.
Heck yeah.
She's perfect, and she's beautiful. Grant Zazula, the paleontologist for the Canadian Territory of the Yukon, told the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation. She has a trunk, and she has a tail, and she has tiny little ears. She has a little prehensile end of a trunk where she could use it to grab grass. I said grass, not ass. He described that the find was the most important discovery, and although they might grab ass too, he described the find as the most important discovery in paleontology in North America. With much of the skin and hair intact, officials said the find ranks as the most complete mummified mammal found on the continent. The woolly mammoth is believed to have been a little over 1 month old when she died. Stretching 144 centimeters, she's slightly longer than the only other whole baby woolly mammoth discovered in Siberia in 2007. The discovery was made on the traditional territory of, Trondek Hawach in the First Nation. Yeah, I probably butchered that name, sorry. In the ceremony earlier this week, elders named the calf Nunchoga, meaning big baby animal. Big bada boom in the Han language. It's amazing, said that name that I can't pronounce. An elder, Peggy Cormandy, in a statement. It took my breath away when they removed the tarp. Chief Roberta Joseph of the Trondek Harwich First Nation tribe said he would seek to move forward with the remains in a way that honors our tradition, cultures, and laws, adding that the Nunchoga had chosen to reveal herself to all of us. It goes on, talks about more about where they found it and how much it weighed and this and that. And but pretty cool find, I mean, sucks baby animal died, but it was 35,000 years ago or longer. And it is amazing that it is as intact as it is.
Never forget that time I thought I was digging up a possible woolly mammoth.
Yep.
Turned out to be a horse.
Oh yeah. Yeah, there's a lot. Like when I was talking about going, inland and finding shark's teeth, there's a lot of horse teeth, horse bones. There's a lot of horse bones. The horse bones are here in the borrow pits. True story. And yeah, it's amazing how many horse teeth and bones and the hell are those things down your back called?
Your
Cartilage.
spine?
Yeah,
Oh.
like spinal cartilages and all kinds of weird stuff. It seems that horses were really I don't know. There's a lot of horses back in, or some form of a horse, I should say. And the other thing you find over there is a lot of they're sort of like a manatee, but they were way bigger.
Oh.
I found a lot of their bones too. And that's what's crazy is some of them you find those where you're finding the megalodon teeth and stuff, and some of those bones, those rib bones, they're big, and you can see on a lot of them where it looks like something with big teeth has bitten it and scraped the bone, took chunks out of the bone. So that just gives you an idea of how big the predators were back in the day. Holy hell's in a handbasket.
Yeah.
Be a trip to go back in time and see that. Probably wouldn't survive it, but I'm sure something, every turn, every nook and cranny, there'd be something there to kill you.
All right, so we've got the raining fish from San Francisco. You think that could be the oddest animal thing right now? But wait, there's more. A Florida county is quarantining after a discovery of invasive giant African land snails. And I have some of these snails just like that in my storage, and they can get pretty big. A Florida county is under quarantine due to the discovery. And you know what? I think a lot of this has to do because it's coming from Africa. You guys have import. Do you have an area where you get a lot of imports coming in, like docks?
Yeah, not here, but South Florida.
Which part?
There's big, we have ports and stuff here, But like the really big ones are down south around Fort Lauderdale and Miami and all that.
So, like, if something was to come by boat from Africa, it would probably go down there.
Yeah, it'd probably come in Miami.
Well, I think that they're actually using you guys right now to be able to get a lot of this stuff. Because I'm noticing, like, even with like the listeria onions or whatever, that they're coming in through Florida. And I'm thinking, okay, I've just been trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
Because they're working with China, Africa, and China. The Florida Department of Agriculture and Consumer Services confirmed there were giant African land snails in the Newport Richey area of Pasco County on June 23rd.
Yeah, Newport Richey, South Florida.
Okay. The snails pose a health risk to humans because they carry a parasite called rat lungworm, which can cause meningitis. They can produce up to 2,500 eggs per year, so the population is difficult to control. According to Chitty, the population in Pasco County likely originated from the illegal pet trade. Giant African land snails are illegal to own as pets in the United States, but some exotic pet owners still keep the invasive pests. If the owners discard them into the wild or accidentally lose them, they can quickly establish a foothold, feeding on over 500 different plant species and even consuming the paint and stucco off of houses as a source of calcium. Chitty said the department is currently investigating the population, determining how many snails are in Pasco County. The snails are native to East Africa and can grow up to 8 inches long. The quarantine took effect June 25th and prevents residents from moving the snail or related items, like plants and soil, in or out of the designated quarantine area. Residents who think they have spotted a giant African land snail are advised to call the FDACS hotline and avoid touching the snail without gloves on due to the meningitis risk. Isn't that airborne also, or no?
I'm not really sure.
Thought so. According to Chitty, FDACS plans to spend 3 years eradicating the population in Pasco County using the pesticide metaldehyde to treat the soil. The goal is to eradicate the snails. It's a comprehensive and extensive process. It's not the first time Florida has dealt with an invasion of giant snails. In 2011, a population of the pests were discovered in Miami County. It wasn't until 2021 the population was fully eradicated. While the snails in Miami-Dade County had gray-colored flesh, the snails in Pasco County have white flesh, said Chitty. Maybe it's what they're eating.
Chitty, chitty, bang, bang.
Chitty, chitty, bang, bang.
Roy wants to know if we've ever actually met in person. Not yet.
So I'm trying to think what the other critter was that they put out. But a lot of these things, the types of illnesses and things coincide with a lot of the other stuff that, is being thrown out there right now.
Yeah.
I feel like the Acme bag of tricks, when people get freaked out and they're just like starting to throw out anything they can from their bag of tricks.
Yep.
That's how it feels. Like, let's just try this. Because I do not believe in coincidences.
Yeah.
And they're hitting all the food groups. I mean, chocolate, and it's horrible.
Yep.
So,
yeah,
I suggest everybody start a garden.
Exactly. And then the fun police will show up and tell you you can't grow vegetables in your yard.
Well, what they do is they cut our water out here so we can't water them.
Yeah. You have to consume mass quantities. of Soylent Green. We control the food and the water. No, that'll never happen. Yeah, well, that's fine.
Look at this meme.
Yeah, Debbie and me have met a few times. She just showed up at one of my gigs one day. She was walking up, and I kind of looked down, and wait a minute. I think I know this person.
Are we already to a half an hour left?
Yeah, holy moly.
Oh, crap. Okay, so let's
We just been
finish those.
Yeah, I got one short one. And speaking of snails and stuff, I don't know. It kind of looks like snail, but it looks more like a crow to me. Anyways, I don't know. I don't know what it is. You people be the deciding factor here on how this hairdo is on this Florida rapper. Florida man rapper. Spot him, got him. That's his name. Spot him, got him. Arrested after high-speed jet ski pursuit. Look at that hairdo. Is that intentional, or did he wreck on a jet ski? It's of course that is. Does it kind of looks like a crow?
Probably gives him some wind, you know.
How do you get it? I'm not judging.
Egg
I'm
yolks,
just curious.
like I used to, maybe like the egg yolk and the Aquanet.
That's true. That's right. Zach was here in town too. We went and had lunch together and smoked a few stogies. Yep. A Florida rapper was arrested in Miami over the weekend after leading authorities on a jet ski chase. Woohoo! It's like Batman and Robin. According to the arrest report, authorities approached Nehemiah Harden, 19, known by his stage name as Spot 'em Got 'em. Yeah, that one's easier to pronounce. Sorry about that. Nay, whatever your name is. While he was restricted speed zone at the Marine Stadium Basin, soon after the baby-faced Florida man began performing S-type turns on his jet ski. He was right in with all the anchored boats. Smart move, brother. You trying to draw attention to yourself? When authorities approached him to perform a traffic stop, Harden accelerated, began to swerve through the boats, and entered close proximity to swimmers and anchored boats. Again, not a good idea on a jet ski. Let's just rack those charges up, brother. Authorities tried again to stop Harden with lights and sirens, but again, the rapper attempted to flee, hoping his crow-like hairdo would take flight, maybe. I don't know what this guy was thinking. They brought in additional support, and he was brought in apprehended. He now faces charges of eluding a law enforcement officer and reckless operation of a marine vehicle. That's a way to make a name for yourself. Get a, black crow hairdo, some facial tattoos, and go and act like an idiot on a jet ski in front of the cops. I guess he didn't want to take the traditional rapper thing and get shot a few times. He opted to go the light version and just run from the cops on a jet ski. I'm sorry, I'm picking on the guy.
He just wanted a little adventure.
Yeah, he deserves it, though. Good golly, Miss Molly. Again, what the hell's wrong with people? I don't know.
Is that the last article?
Yeah.
All right.
Everybody's
so,
like, thank God.
Before we get to the experiment, we have a little bit for this week in astrology and astronomy. The energy update for July. A lot of changes are occurring within you as you tap into the energy of your higher self. You're seeing beyond the illusion and becoming aware of how you have been holding yourself back. You are now beginning to release more of the energies keeping you small. You're changing old ways of doing things as well as outdated thinking patterns. You're welcoming clarity and movements in new directions. You're also transforming old feelings of unworthiness and lack that was based on external validation. Welcome and embrace this paradigm shift.
Sorry.
It's time for a new you as you prepare to clear. Was that Space Cowboy?
No, it was not the song it was supposed to be, though.
Thought it was Steve Miller Band. It's time for a new you as you prepare to clear and raise your vibration to welcome new codes of consciousness next month. And then we are in the first quarter of the moon. It starts today. 46.9% illuminated. And our new moon is in 6 days and 23 hours. And moon sign is Libra. Let's see, Cancer season. I was saving this. We're off a couple of weeks, but we still have till the 22nd. Goes from the 21st to the 22nd. And what's today? The 6th. Nothing on this is relevant for this week. July 5th, though, it did say Mercury enters Cancer, where there's a vulnerability, and Mars entered Taurus. Some things you can do for Cancer season self-care. Ask yourself what kind of mothering you need right now, and then give it to yourself. Immerse yourself in healing waters by taking a bath or going for a swim. Cook your favorite elaborate, nourishing meal. Host a gathering to show your love for those nearest and dearest to you. Celestial events in July. Again, this is the 6th through 12th. So, again, Mars enters Taurus. The rest of these will be for like next week. July 3rd through July 7th, Sirius Gateway. Sirius Gateway is one of the most powerful portals. Blue diamond frequencies and light codes stream directly from Stargate Sirius to Earth. Sirius, however you say it. Be ready to open internal light portals, restore and balance energy. How do you pronounce it?
How to pronounce what?
That star Sirius.
Yeah.
Sirius. Do you say Sirius or Cyrus?
It's Sirius.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Why so serious?
Why are you so serious? It's a huge upgrade. Rest, connect, and align to receive the high frequency of this powerful star system. Open your chakras and connect with unconditional love and light. It's now activated when our sun comes into conjunction with the star, Sirius, from July 3rd to 7th. During this time, our sun is the farthest away from Earth, while Sirius moves closest to Earth, creating the sacred gateway of energy between Sirius and the Earth. And we are able to abundantly receive the sacred energy from Sirius with ease, shining 23 times brighter than our sun. Sirius is considered to be our spiritual sun, while our sun is being our physical sun. Sirius holds the energetic vibration of the spiritual awakening and transformation, and transmits its highly charged energy to us via the magnetic field lines. Sirius star system consists of A and B, the twin stars, and its energy plays a highly important role in activating and upgrading the twin flames currently incarnated on Earth. We will be receiving this sacred energy from Sirius throughout all of July and August during the Lionsgate portal. The peak of these energies will be on July 4th and 5th. 7-7 Twin Flame Portal and 8-8 Lionsgate Portal, bringing transmissions of galactic energy and light codes, light body activations, DNA activations and upgrades, balancing the feminine and masculine energies, Kundalini activations, twin flame union activations, sacred missions activations, higher heart activations, solar plexus, third eye, and crown chakra activations and upgrades. Upgrades to our nervous system, divine messages, download guidance. So I'm wondering if that's why some of that I was telling you about.
Yeah, I need to upgrade my electrical system.
Yeah, definitely.
COVID.
7/7 tomorrow. We have a portal. Numerology code is activated on the 7th. It is the number of the divine. It is the point of harmony between the wisdom of the heart and mind. Represents spiritual awakenings and enlightenment. Synchronous. The 7/7 portal happens during the Syrian Gateway, which is a portal of spiritual awakening. Meditate, connect with yourself, speak with your spirit guides, connect with your soul, and manifest on this powerful day. Be open to receiving as blessings will be flown in at this time. And then we've got the July forecast. Okay, again, 6 through 12. Just what we just spoke about. The rest is for the next couple weeks. And then in celestial news and events, this week's sky at a glance, which is the 1st to the 9th. The moon waxes across the evening sky from Leo to Scorpius. The 5-planet lineup in the drawn is now 4. And amateur astronomers plan to be recording as Saturn's hazy moon Titan occult a star about as bright as Titan itself for most of North America. So that's what we got going on there.
Cool.
Since I read that, do you want to read the lady's story?
I could. Do you have it? I don't
Yeah, I can send you my screenshots. And we didn't write the questions down. But this is a gal who went missing, I think, 2018 or 14 out here in Rosedale. And people are wanting help and information. I believe her anniversary is coming up. So it's one of those experiments that, we can ask some important questions now, like where she's at, what happened, this and that. And when they do find her, hopefully they find her, and we get those updates, we can compare that to the information that we collected tonight.
Going down to Rosedale with the rider on my side. Maybe it'll connect. Maybe it won't. There we go. Let's see if I can get the picture up here of who we're talking about. Great googly moogly. Sounds like there's a baby bobcat in the background here.
In your backyard or in the background of the song?
In my living room.
Oh, I heard that. I thought it was a little banshee.
It's a demon.
A demon.
Demon. Baby damn said kid sounds possessed. What in the hell's going on in there? Why is my computer being so damn weird? Because, right? Because. That's not it. There we go. There's a picture. Good God. All right, I'm going to try to do this. Baffling tale of clues in case of Northern California woman who vanished on Rayleigh's shopping trip. Is Rayleigh's like a grocery store type joint?
Like Lucky's. And I thought I was muted while I was just drinking all that. Yeah, it's like Lucky's. Do you have a Lucky's? Safeway?
Nope. We got Publix here in the South.
And that's like a Winco. That's a bigger one. We don't have Publix, but I know it's like almost like a Winco.
Yeah. We got Winn-Dixie. And there's Kroger here now.
Okay, it might be like a Kroger.
Yeah. And they're opening up a Costco here next month. On May 1st, 2013, Susan Jacobson's wallet was found at the Rayleigh's parking lot in Roseville. I just saw business cards and stuff all over the sidewalk, and then I realized there was a purple wallet there with it. The anonymous Good Samaritan said, so I bent down, and first thing I saw was her driver's license. Inside, there was no cash or credit cards, just an ID for this 59-year-old woman. The Good Samaritan dropped off the wallet in a nearby Starbucks, inadvertently finding one of the only clues in the inexplicable disappearance of this Northern California woman. Jacobson lived at Sun City, Roseville, a senior community for active older residents. According to her husband, Chris Jacobson, Susan left the house around 6 a.m. with a plan to run some errands around town. Including a grocery store run to Rayleigh's. Roseville police believe Chris was the last person to see her. When Susan didn't return by 7 p.m. that evening, Chris called the police to report her missing. I was still unsure if I should bother the police with it or not, he told the Sacramento Bee. At the same time, it was very unlike her. She is a very regimented, schedule-oriented person. Investigators agreed Susan Jacobson didn't seem like the type to worry her family like this. In fact, her son and daughter-in-law were expecting the Jacobsons' first grandchild. In short order, police found Susan's car parked at the Rayleigh's on Pleasant Grove and Wood Creek Oaks Boulevards, a 2-mile drive from their home. Car was unlocked. Her purse was sitting inside with no sign of a disturbance. According to media reports at the time, the car was parked in a fair distance from the entrance of the grocery store. Although there were surveillance cameras in the parking lot, police say they gleaned little information from them. And despite the fact that Susan had been missing less than a day, a large search was launched right away. A police spokesperson said the circumstances of her disappearance were so suspicious that we are throwing a lot of resources into it. 200 people combed Mahoney Park across the street from Rayleigh's and the open space around Sun City. The only clue they ended up finding was learning someone had dropped off Susan's wallet at the Starbucks on the corner. Today, there are no suspects or even solid theories as to what happened to Susan. It's possible she left on her own volition or that she had met with foul play. In May 2021, detectives with the Roseville Police Department reopened this case. The longer the case goes unsolved, the more challenging it becomes to find fresh evidence or new leads. Detective Dave Harlan said in 2021, anyone with information is asked to contact the Roseville Police. And there's a picture here of the Rayleigh's parking lot. And that's her in the picture above it. 59 years old when she went missing in May of 2013. Just vanished. Wonder if Dave Pilates wrote about this woman. Well, let's fire the spirit box up and ask a few questions.
You wondered if who?
Wonder if Dave Pilates from Missing 411 has written about her or talked about her. I'm sure he has.
What?
Yeah.
I have to pull my notes up again.
So, can the spirits do they know anything about Susan Jacobson?
The rest of the wild and swat.
Any spirits here that want to help?
I'm not gonna.
Can you help us connect with or find answers to questions we're asking about this woman?
Yeah.
Do you know where she is? Her name is Susan, right here.
That they
Do you know where Susan is?
in the box. The thingy.
Where can we find her?
It'd be really loud too. These rooms are get you awake.
Is there a clue nearby where she's at?
City for us.
Who else knows where she is at?
Completely.
Do you know why she was taken?
You awaken.
Did she know the person that took her?
I'm just taking. Yeah, don't worry.
Probably not like warmed up yet. Hmm. Did you say shit?
Did you say you were taken?
Water, tea, earth, and
Can the spirits tell us if Susan's dead or alive?
Gone, dead.
Yeah.
Could Susan go home if she wanted to?
she can.
Met your needs are
Relative.
I take
Curiosity for
If she's dead, who killed her?
Yep.
Say Louis twice.
And her don't go, wasn't me.
Just a messenger, man.
You feel
Where can we find her so her family can have closure?
No motivation for them. Chances are
want you. I want.
Is she in water? Do you know?
more out of nature.
This woman that I'm looking at. Do you know if she's in the water? Do you know what's around her?
The 2000. First, this. Yes.
I could use the pressure.
Also,
Salon. Mom's. Right here. I mean, it took them.
bitches. Right. Hard. Extremely young.
It's that restless setting.
Can you tell us who took her?
Who's this guy, Chris? Did Chris have anything to do with it?
To go now for pick.
And this.
Yeah, they're good. Yeah. I don't recommend so that I bring it. I'm sorry.
Right. So firm. For you. There was some.
No. Well, that's heating.
Chat. And when
It's weird. I keep hearing that. It sounds like she's crying. Who is that?
Was there? Oh, sorry.
So, no, it knows. Person. One. Mom, salon. Is that restlessness?
action. What's that? Spring.
Class? I have to go to class.
No.
And
Again.
stay my own. Not
Panic. Just life. Black.
Was
when she said,
is it
Is Susan here with us?
No.
No. You guys are just communicating with her?
Yep.
Yep.
like, you want to do them?
Where
Can
is Susan?
he that
That
Yes. Make. Yep.
Little
Have you seen her somewhere? Have you talked to her?
3.
Yep.
Is she
Dinner
with
Prom.
you?
Necessarily.
Not.
What?
Known.
And on help or leave.
These only.
But when I
Beetle?
usually have. And then.
were the was she the target or an opportunity?
Was
Do so.
was
Yes, so. For time, pencil. There is.
She
Relaxation.
I think I'm
Sound
known.
of breath. Need. This covers
Okay, so we have a few minutes left. If anybody can help, can you tell us where we could find this woman, Susan?
Yeah.
Nobody's open.
Her family would like to know.
Queen. The
Connect. All the way from the window.
Is she far from home?
is it
And I'm going to ask again, do you know what's around her?
2. I don't think you wanted to find one. Doesn't mean just
next just you throw you
in the trouble. You would
ass
I don't know if it was
you
saying next or nets.
no
wind like a gust of
you're
something.
Something about the butcher. The Bay Area butcher.
One.
Area butcher.
Yeah.
Loving thing. Hope.
See.
Let me get rid of some.
Thoughts.
10. I don't. Like.
Can you answer with a yes or a no? Is she dead or alive?
Yep.
Family. Through that.
Here.
Thank you.
Erica.
Who's the butcher?
Not.
Build. Colors.
No.
What?
No. Just. Eric.
Sounds
You.
sad.
You.
Thank you.
No.
Steve, you organize have already.
Hold loving.
All right. Well, we're going to turn the box off here in just a minute.
Kills.
Any last messages for us? Any information about Susan?
Butter. I see
Well, thank you. You've been chatting with us, trying to help us find Susan.
Thank you.
All right. We're going to turn the box off in 5,
No.
4, 3,
Charlie.
2, 1. Thank you and good night. Gonna turn the box off. No.
Yeah, no.
Oh man. All right. Well, that about wraps us up for the evening of
For the evening.
January. What is it? 7th now? Yep.
Yeah, it's going too fast.
That's what?
Going too fast.
I know, man. Can't just slow down.
The next we know it's October, and then after October it's February, and then it's July again.
Yep. I don't know. Going to see a good concert tomorrow evening though. So
Ooh, who's you gonna see?
Blackberry Smoke and the Steel Drivers.
Ooh.
Gonna be a good show. I've missed them ever since they've been here several times, and I'm either playing that night or something.
Is that the one you've been trying to see forever?
That one and Samantha Fish.
Yeah, okay.
Yep. Missed her last time she was here too. I was playing right next door. Literally, I was playing
No.
right next door to the amphitheater.
Oh my gosh.
Yep. Yeah, been trying to see blackberry smoke. I bought tickets, I don't know, a month or two ago. Didn't plan on getting sick and then getting better, and then it leaving me with Dale Earnhardt heartbeat. But trying to get into the doctor.
Yeah, I hope you get in soon.
That's a whole nother story.
Sunday, Jason's got special guest C. Vaughn Hassett and Rachel Reed Wilkie. And they looks like they do things with spirit. So this should be interesting.
Interesting.
Very interesting. See,
Well,
you
cool.
can see my eyes were open this time. Jason's, my thing was so dark that it looked like my eyes were closed when they weren't.
Yeah. Yeah. That last show I did on there, I came on and did the, that was right in the middle of my COVID functionation. Came on, did the World Wide Web of Weird, and I was out of there. I wouldn't hit the sack. Last weekend, I was playing music. Didn't get home in time. It says lots of garlic and no animal fat. That's my recommendation for better heart stability. That's true. I've never had heart problems never had heart problems, even though I say
Heart's
that.
good.
My dad died of a heart attack at 38. And my brother had a heart attack at 52. But I've never had heart problems until this last round of COVID, where I was like all of a sudden feeling weird, and I, took my blood oxygen level, which was great. But I looked at my pulse and I'm like, holy shite. Thing's about to run off the chart.
That is not good. I'm glad that you're trying to get it looked at, because
Yeah.
I was talking to my mom about that too earlier again. And yeah.
Yep. Yesterday was the third person I've talked to that said they had heart problems. Never had heart problems until they got COVID. And now they do. Hey, there's always that. Government's trying to kill us. Anyways. Good night, y'all. Thanks for hanging out with us as usual. And we will talk to you later. Probably see you Sunday night for Paranormal Soup. And then again next Wednesday, where we're going to go stamping some more dirty mud puddles and see what mischief we can get to come to the surface. Good night.